There we go. Okay, here we go. Punishment wheel is on screen. And we're going to spin that wheel.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, no, no. No, no, no. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Has
John,
that...
do we talk... Yeah, so we have embarrassing story, yeah?
We do. This is going to take a second of setup, so just let me...
Because I'm present, but that means there's certain stories that are off the table. Like, what happened that second morning in that hostel in London
Brian?
in 2009? What happened?
That one
when
is
we
definitely
saw...
off the table.
What happened when we saw your search history?
Please stop. Please.
Why didn't you go to New York that first time?
Because I had to get major butt surgery.
John, do you remember the time I told you not to smell that bottle?
Yes.
And you did it anyway, because you were like, well, that wouldn't be true.
I really thought it wasn't. I thought you were...
And you did it. And it was a very intimate moment.
Okay, hang on. So we need to get rid of this wheel. Making room. Oh, this is so messy. Sorry, chat. Okay. Chat, this is the embarrassing story wheel. And I have filled it with many of my most embarrassing tales. And we're going to spin it. And we're going to see where we land here. Here we go. And the winner is The Naughty Comic. Brian, have I told you this one? This was actually quite recent.
Which comic is this? Because I've bought you some hentai over the years.
You have, and I appreciate it. Okay, I don't think I told you this story. That is beautiful. This is this will work well. Let me just rename something here.
I think you should tell the massage parlor story.
No, that's... Actually, I put that one on the wheel and then took it off because I don't... No. I didn't know! Anyway.
The massage parlor story makes
Brian,
the stripper story
Brian...
like Teletubbies or something.
Okay, so... Brian, I recently got back from... Luca Comic Con, and I think we've both been pretty busy and haven't had like a huge amount of time to hang out since then, but there was one day where I was looking through the artist alley and oh god, this fucking cutscene plays every morning.
See you later.
Yeah, see you soon.
It's a beautiful day, John.
Oh, that cutscene plays every morning and you can't skip it.
No, they worked really hard on it.
But anyway, so I was looking around and like I love artist alleys. Artist alleys are like my favorite part of any con. I love seeing like all the zines and all the artwork and like all the different things. And I was looking through it and I saw this zine and it had like this just like stunningly drawn cover. And it was just like a figure drawing and it was like really, really beautiful. Like someone who is a complete like master of their craft. And so I pick it up and I start reading it, and I kind of like nod at the girl behind the counter, and she kind of nods at me. And I'm going through it, and the drawings are starting to get like a little spicy, we'll say. The drawings are getting a little lewd. You know, there's people taking off clothes and like in kind of sexually suggestive ways, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I think this is like maybe a kind of naughty zine. And it is. And it becomes more apparent the more I'm reading. And I
just found out what sex is.
Yeah, sure. And I keep going, and things start getting a little hardcore, Brian. Like in a way that I was not expecting, and in a way that I don't feel super good about reading in a public space.
Looks like I can
And
practice horse dance here.
I keep
Why,
going.
are,
I keep.
Are you getting excited? Like,
No, this is not my this is not my brand. There's a lot of there's some real, like, I'm gonna say suffering happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it consensual?
It sure doesn't look like it.
It looks so. It's the kind of thing where you're like, is there a safe word?
Yes, that is
hope
the
there's a safe
scenario I would describe. And so I'm like, okay, I don't need to look at this anymore. So I kind of like just check to see if like the girl's looking or like she's dealing with someone else, and she's looking straight at me, and she goes, "Super Eyepatch Wolf," and I'm like, oh no. And then she looks down at the comic and she looks up at me and she's like, oh. And immediately, like, I'm on like, oh, fuck. Because I really want to put it back, and I don't really want to be seen walking around with this thing in a public space. And
A real connoisseur of the arts.
a real connoisseur of the art. And she's like, oh, okay. You can have that. That's a gift from me to you. And I'm like, and I don't know how to put this like comic back without like insulting her, you know. And it feels bad. And so eventually I just walk away from the table with the comic, and like I'm like, oh god, what if people know what this is? Because I don't want people to like see me and be like, wow, look at Eyepatch Wolf walking around publicly with this non-consensual porn zine. And I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And so anyway, finally
Like,
I get...
I'm sure the cover is okay.
The cover is okay, but I'm just paranoid. Like being at cons is always weird because like I never know if someone's going to recognize me or not. And it's just, you feel very observed. And
Yeah, of course. You're getting scrutinized. You're under a magnifying glass.
yeah, and so eventually I get back to my table, which is like 10 minutes away, and I put the comic book under the table, and I just try and forget about it. I'm just like, okay, this isn't my problem. I have books to sign. Like we'll worry about it later. And so there's a lot of artists at my table, and they're all kind of like selling their own holopress kind of stuff. And we're all kind of chatting and talking, and like they're really, really nice. And then one of them is like, did you guys see that zine that's for sale in the Artist Alley Hall? And I'm like, oh, Jesus, no, please, no. And they start talking about the exact fucking zine I have under my table, and just being like, yeah, like, who is that for? And I'm like, oh God. And it's like the Telltale Heart, Brian. It's like Alfred Hitchcock's The Telltale Heart, and I know it's there.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes, Edgar Allan Poe. My bad. And so anyway, they don't discover it, and it's fine. And on the last day, I'm cleaning out my shit, and I see that zine, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna leave it here. I think I'm just going to leave that here. I have a lot of stuff to bring home. I'll just leave it here. So then anyway, I'm saying goodbye to the HoloPress guys, who very happily, who are just all lovely and just really, really got on them, and they're all really sound. And then one of them pulls me aside and he's like, John, you forgot your magazine. And I'm like, oh. And I don't know what to say. And then he's like, listen, don't worry. We're actually going to send you some HoloPress stuff, so we'll just have it shipped off to you. And I'm like, and I'm like, no, it's okay, you don't have to do that. He's like, no, I insist, don't worry about it, it's totally fine. So as far as I know, Brian, that magazine is being shipped to my home and will be here soon.
Can we read it together?
Yes, we can.
Class. No, that sounds great. Like, do you know what? As someone who's comfortable with who they are, maybe I'll enjoy it.
I'm comfortable with who I am.
I don't know, John. It seems like you're always on the brink of some sort of panicked self-discovery. Like,
I mean,
every couple of years, you're like, oh no, I think I'm this as well. Oh no, I think I like this kind of penance. I like this kind of hardship on top of me and below me and
Okay,
between me.
Brian. You have a responsibility with your knowledge. Guys, we are just 55 or 45 pounds away from the next spin of the punishment wheel. And we're spinning the wheel. And it's going. It's going. You're going to be a little lagged behind, but...
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, let me just disable this first wheel and let us go to the second wheel, the embarrassing story wheel.
There's so many wheels on this thing.
Oh! My secret Smash Bro. Okay, this is relevant, Leon. So, when I was in college, I had friends, and she was a girl in my class, and she was like kind of the first person I made friends with, and she was really cool and just like was basically like my best friend through college, and she had a boyfriend, and the boyfriend was also really, really cool, but this boyfriend, okay, really, really cool doesn't actually do it justice. This guy is like the most handsome fucking dude I have ever seen, a film director and part of like a rock band. Just like the tallest, most suave guy I have ever met in my life. But like, and not a dickhead at all, so you couldn't even hate him for it. You know, just a genuinely cool dude. But we both played Smash Bros. I played as Ness and he played as Marth. And we were the two, like, basically best Smash Bros. People at that college. And so we were destined for a secret battle. And we had it. We had this big fight, and he beat me by one stock in what is probably the sweatiest game of Smash Bros. I have ever played. And I really love this dude. I just thought he was, like, a really, really cool, nice guy. And we hung out a lot over the years. But then, not long after college, they broke up. And I was like, oh, am I still allowed to play Smash Bros with my friend? You know, because like I had met him through her. And so then eventually I kind of very loyal to my friend who had, you know, was really heartbroken over this guy. But you know, Leon, you can be loyal and still you know, sneak off for the odd game of Final Destination 5 stock. Know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true.
Because, like, if the two parties aren't talking, and they were not talking, and, like, the breakup was a normal breakup. Like, it was a hard breakup, but there was no, like, we'll call it funny business.
Yeah.
And, so anyway, I move in with my friend from college, and, you know, she's having a tough time, and she ends up meeting a guy on, Black Desert Online, and she moves to America, and yeah, he marries this guy, and I'm very happy with her because she's been through a lot, you know. But you know, Leon, now that she's in America, now I can really hang out with my Smash Bros. You know, now it's fine. Everyone's grand, you know. It doesn't matter. It's fun. It's cool, you know.
It's so water under the bridge. The water is evaporated and the bridge doesn't even exist. It's just so far gone at this point.
There is basically no water. And so then they actually come back from America, and I go out for coffee with my friend and her new husband, and it's like my first time meeting this guy, and it's great, and me and him are getting on well, and you know, it's cool. And then I feel a hand on my shoulder, and I turn around, and like some sort of fucking curse from the old gods, my Smash Bro, her ex, is standing right there. And I look at him, and the blood drains from my face, and he goes, "John, great to see you. How's it going?" And I'm like, "Hey." And then he just goes, "Listen, we should get another game of Smash Bros. Soon." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh.
And then he walks away without acknowledging her or her husband.
Oof. Oof.
And I just turn back to them. She immediately starts crying.
Oh. Oh.
Her husband doesn't know what just happened. He doesn't understand.
Yeah. This is... Yeah.
Things are fucked. Things feel really weird. And so after a little while, we decide we're going to leave. He sits down like 8 feet away.
Yeah.
And I walked them out, and I walked them out like on throws. Like, "Okay, guys, I'll see you later." I then immediately double back into the cafe, and I go into the cafe. I find him, and I sit down, and I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck was that?" And he was like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "Why did you do that?" And then he was like, "Do what?" And I look at him, and I go, "Did you not see who I was sitting with?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "I was sitting with this person." And his jaw drops, and all the blood drains out of his face, and he's like, "Oh my fucking god." And I was like, "Yeah." And he didn't realize it was her. She had dyed her hair, and he just, I guess, wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And it is just
like, yeah.
it was
like,
just so fucking bad. Like, oh my god. And yeah, it
especially like the time frame that I'm imagining this like takes place in. It's like a point in people's lives where they just like you just change physically to the point where if you cross someone in the street, there is a 50-50 chance you recognize them, and if you don't, nothing's coming.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
It was
this... Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Was this guy that you played with a year above you in college?
No, he was the same year,
Okay.
but he was younger than me.
Okay, because I met someone who, like, one of the guys who runs Melee tournaments in Ireland, went to the same college as you and was a year above you, and I was like, is this the same guy? Because he
No.
knew who you were. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, it would just be a crazy.
It's a little small. Oh yeah, perfect. I see it. No problem.
Are you able to read it?
I read it. I see it. Everything's great.
Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna spin the punishment wheel.
Spin to win. Here we go. Look at it cook. Oh my god, the red one is insane.
Embarrassing story time again? Okay, here we go. And spin.
Oh my god, look at you go.
No!
Yes! Oh wait, I think I know this story. But I want to... You've definitely told me this.
I probably have.
This is a good one. Oh, I love how, like, just on a Twitch stream somewhere, it just says, shit in a park.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit in a park.
Okay, so...
Lay it on us, John. Tell us.
So, Jeff, your time slot is coming to a close here. I believe the next person is... The next person is Timur. So, I think this story will take about 4 or 5 minutes to tell. Have you got time, or do you need to head off?
I do. For shitting in a park, I've got all the time.
Okay. We might save it till Timur gets here. He'll be here in a couple of minutes, and I will share the tale with you both.
Okay.
But wow, Jeff, this has been a really intense hour for this stream.
I was just gonna say, it feels like this hour in my appearance has changed the trajectory of this stream in uncountable ways.
Yeah, uncountable and horrifying ways. So just to update people, we have one more costume upgrade to hit, and once we do, I will be erasing the costume upgrade options from the wheel, which means there will be more room for some of the more dangerous and spicy options.
Oh my lord.
So we are entering the darker part of this stream.
I never thought I could be an agent of chaos, but yet here we are. Maybe I'm good at this.
You know what, Jeff? You're not bad at. You're pretty good. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
So let me see. Jeff, I believe you may want to avert your gaze, because I do believe we are heading to San Francisco, if you know what I mean.
Oh no.
What up, nerds?
No. No, wait.
Tam!
Oh my god.
Let me turn you up here, Tam. For some reason, it puts everyone down real low. Tamor, it's a partial Jeff's Bizarre Adventure reunion. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful.
Excellent.
I am here to get 2 more erase saves so I can be on my way.
Sweet mother of
15
God.
minutes and then bail.
Come on, chat. We're donating for a good cause here, and that cause is deleting John's save.
Well,
Let's
Tamor,
go.
it's the people of Palestine, mainly, but you know...
them too, but let's get that save.
Tam, I don't know how closely you were following. We landed on the embarrassing story wheel.
Oh, yeah, I've been watching. I need to hear that shit in the park story.
Okay, so look, I used to live near this big, beautiful park. Okay. No, you know what? You know what? The story starts the morning, the afternoon before. I went out. I decided I would treat myself to a nice lunch, but I wanted to get something healthy. I wanted to get something that wasn't going to weigh me down or cause any kind of problems. So I ended up getting myself a shrimp salad. And it was a salad with these tiny little shrimps in it. These like little teeny
Out of my way!
delicious mango sauce, and it was great.
Leave me alone.
Ate it,
I
didn't
told
worry
you,
about it.
my
The next
son
day,
isn't
it's a
here.
Friday evening, I decide I am actually going to I'm gonna head out and I'm gonna walk around this park. The thing about this park is it's quite like isolated and very large, and you could walk for hours in this park. And
You must be the thugs that got shoes.
I'm heading out and I'm feeling a little
Now tell us who you are.
not great.
Not until
There's
you tell me-
something not quite right, but I think it'll be fine. And I particularly think it'll be fine when I just get moving. I'm okay. Like it's whatever. Oh god damn it! Sorry. Let me. Oh
Are you shitting now?
no! I not in the literal
sounds
sense.
like
No.
it.
I'm
This is
trying
what the
to
story does
engage.
to him.
Oh, you know what? Actually, sorry, I have done it again. I forgot to switch back.
Sometimes this story just brings it out,
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and my plan here is just to go for a nice walk, chill out after a long week, and I have Nextlander lined up, and it's like an hour and a half episode, and I like that because this will be like an hour and a half walk. It should line up perfectly. There's no problem. This is going to be a wonderful afternoon, okay? And my stomach is like starting to feel worse. Like it's not feeling great, and that's a problem because I'm coming to the point in the walk, and it's a point of no return. It's a point of like my house is further away if I go beyond this point than it is if I just turn back. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, you're
It's-
the furthest possible point away from your house.
But I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna be a big deal. I can do this. This is fine. I'll be fine, And so I hit the point of no return, and immediately my stomach starts vibrating. And I genuinely mean I could feel my stomach moving inside my body. And I'm like, oh no, this is really bad. And so I start walking faster. I'm about 45 minutes away from my house, and I start picking up the
far.
pace.
Oh,
And
so far.
I start sweating harder than I have ever sweat in my life. And I start thinking, I don't want to shit in this park. I do not want to do that. That's just not who I am. That is what our caveman ancestors used to do. They would go to their local parks and shit there, and I am not one of them. I am civilized, okay?
You manifested it.
And as soon as I think that, I start walking out into like this big open field, and I swear to God, a lady starts walking behind me.
Yes.
And it's just me and her for probably, I'd say, like 1.5 kilometers. But the last thing I want to do is disrobe when a lady is around by... That's just not right on any level. And I didn't want... You know, So I keep walking, okay? And it gets to the point where I have to slow down because moving fast is like jostling my body, and the poo inside me is like funneling down. You know what I mean? And it feels so awful. And what I eventually do is I lie down. I lie down and I wait for my body just to calm down because it's so bad.
Where do you lie down?
It's in the field, just in the field, in the open. I don't care what this woman thinks about me lying down. Normal people lie down all the time. It's fine.
I just imagine you laying down and just kind of giving out like a, ah.
Jeff, many different noises are escaping different parts of my body.
Okay, go on.
There's some, ah! And then there's some like other end noises. And the way I would describe...
Did you have that moment where you were like, if I can squeeze out a little fart,
no.
maybe I can create some...
No, Tam, what you just said is basically like, if I open the airlock, maybe only one xenomorph will get in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
Totally.
it has to remain... If the seal is broken, this is fucked. And the way I would describe this feeling, because it's not like constant pain, it's pain, and then the feeling would go away and I could walk a couple of steps, and then it would come rushing back. And there's a status effect in Pokemon called Toxic. And Toxic is a severe form of poison. And poison in Pokemon, I promise this will make sense in a second, poison is like you lose your health piece by piece by piece by piece. Toxic is different. Toxic does a tiny bit of damage, and then the next turn it does double that, and then the next turn it does double that, and the next turn it does double that until you are losing all your health to Toxic. That is what I have, okay? Every time a new wave of the shittening hits me, I am fucking doubled over. I am dying. But I don't want to shit in this park. And I just, through sheer willpower, I keep it in, and I get up and I take a couple of steps and I walk for maybe 2 minutes, and then I lie down again, and I just, it is agony. It is absolute agony until eventually I make it, and I'm 5 minutes from my house.
I can't believe you got that far.
I got that far, and then boom, the final wave hits me. And in that point, I've never experienced this before. I've never experienced this in my entire life. In the clearest way imaginable, I could hear my body talking to me, and it said, John, you have 2 choices. You can shit in that bush over there, or you can shit yourself. There is no third option. One of those 2 things are going to happen right now. And lads, it wouldn't matter if there was a toilet 5 meters in front of me. I wouldn't have been able to make it. And so I made my choice. I crept into that bush. I got as deep and as far from any person as I possibly could. I took my trousers down and I unleashed in that park.
That's great.
How old were you at this point?
33.
Grown-ass man. Damn.
Grown-ass man. And
You know what? People, this is just normal life. We do this. This is how it goes sometimes.
I wish it had somehow turned into like a Bigfoot style folklore thing in your area. Like
Yeah.
there's this guy, you might be able to see him if you squint and look between the bushes. He's got platinum blonde hair, and he looks you directly in the eyes, and his face makes these weird micro expressions. He looks like he's coming for you, but actually he's taking a massive shit.
So I want to address some things here, because I've gotten a lot of feedback from this story over the years. And one of the biggest ones is, that's so embarrassing, I would never have done that.
No, you don't have a choice.
If you do not understand that this story was a choice between shitting in a park or shitting yourself, you do
100%.
not understand what I went through. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Those are the options. Pick one.
You've never been in this spot before.
It's an
No.
easy decision. You do it in the park.
Yep.
The only
it's
question
easy.
I have is, how you wiping that booty, baby?
This is the second part that I get asked about a lot. And
Sure.
Tam, I swear to God, this is the
Was
absolute
it a clean?
truth.
Was it? If it was a clean drop, I respect
That
it.
No shot.
this
No
shit
shot.
exited my body at such velocity
I know
that
that.
it just
I know that feeling.
it just boom, like
No.
that's what it was, and it
don't
shot
believe
out thoroughly and completely. That is what happened.
You know what? Clean drops are legendary, and if you're able to pull one off, you are like a god amongst men. So
This
I
was a
respect
clean
that.
drop.
In this situation are 0%. There's no way, John.
No, you just got. It all depends on your posture and how much your cheeks are
Don't
spread.
act like you're some sort of shit professor.
Tam is right though. Like I was squatting down,
there
which
was
is
a
a very
period of
different
time.
posture. I was squatting down, which is a very different posture to just sitting on a toilet.
I'm from a very, very, very poor part of Pakistan. There was a time where we didn't have toilets. We would just shit in a shitting field. So let me tell you, I am very, very, very familiar with the mechanics of taking a shit in a field.
But that's knowledge that John doesn't have. I don't
It-
think
it's
Just because
knowledge
he
that
doesn't
my
have it
that
doesn't
my
mean it can't happen.
my
You know how
ancestral
fucking-
evolution
Out of my way,
inflicted
I
that
said.
knowledge on me in this moment, Jeff, because they knew I needed it. All the Irish people, all my ancestors who have shit in all the fields over the years, communicated that knowledge to me in my moment of need. This was my bloodline technique.
Okay, that is more
Jeff,
believable.
have you ever done a squat shit?
Jeff,
of
you've
course.
seen Jeff's Bizarre Adventure.
Then
Yes.
you know.
And you
should
know how
this.
the hamon, the gift, is passed down through generations?
Now
Right.
tell us who
That's
you
me
are.
and squat shitting.
The same thing.
Exact same thing.
So you mean so now? Okay, I don't. Without
Epigenetic
getting
memory.
without getting too graphic, I would imagine this was not like. I mean, this is probably things were broken up. Like it wasn't like. That's my point. It's like the
I shit a
nature
puddle.
of- right. And when is a puddle clean?
When it is blasting out of your ass at the craziest velocity you have ever seen.
Fired like a bullet.
If you're at a good angle as well, you can just clear that so easily.
Well,
You know?
certainly an incredible moment for me to say goodbye on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hey. My bad. I misunderstood. You know. Again, we're here. We're learning, and you know. I mean, again, like this is another elaborate self-flagellating exercise that I'm participating in here. So,
Wooly, we're spinning the damn wheel. Okay, it's going. It's going.
it's a great screenshot in the middle there too. That's fun stuff. That's fun stuff. What? But
Embarrassing story. Okay, we have to spin the embarrassing story wheel. This is a different wheel. Hang on, let me just get this up. Wooly, this isn't funny.
there's we have to there's a new wheel.
There's a second wheel, and it's the embarrassing. Look, here it is.
The wheel of fate is turning.
The wheel of fate is
Okay.
turning.
Okay.
Let me just pull this over here.
I feel like I'm being hustled on a street game right now. Like I feel like you're moving your hands real quick, and I can't keep up with.
Wooly,
things,
I'm
and
not
before I
gonna
know
lie.
it, my
There's a lot
money's
going
gone.
on. There's a lot going
Yeah.
on. Okay.
There is a lot going on, and I feel like I have rights that are being, ignored right now. But like, hey, it's your self-flagellation stream, So
We've pulled shit in the park. Okay, here we go. Spinning the embarrassing story wheel, and
these are pre-approved embarrassing stories.
It's the Japanese dentist.
These are Okay, so we can't go omakase on this, right? We can't go like off table and leave it up to the chef. We have to. These are pre-approved embarrassing stories.
Is there an embarrassing story you have in mind, Wooly?
No, I'm just curious. I'm just.
Look, if you feel like there is a different embarrassing story you would like to tell, I'm not going to stand in the way, or even request.
What happened at with the Japanese dentist? I don't think I know this one.
Have I? Oh my god! Oh my fucking god!
I don't think I know this one.
We are less than 200 away from another fucking wheel spin. Oh, okay. So
I just saw, and it just occurred to me that.
Oh my god! For fuck's sake!
It just occurred to me that on your own, left to your own devices, you're taking shits in the woods, and then you come to my place once, and I introduce bidets to your life, and then you never have a cleaner butthole than you ever did. Right,
oh my God. Wooly,
just the contrast.
How am I even meant to respond to what the fuck you just said?
The contrast between your natural state and what happens when I'm around is like, it's
so
crazy.
You civilized me, is what you're saying.
I mean, I presented the option, and you walk through the door and press the button.
Okay, Wooly, look, I have some news for you, buddy. We have to spin the wheel again because we just raised another 1,000.
Can we? Okay, I didn't even hear the dentist story.
Okay, I'll tell the dentist story and then we'll do another wheel spin.
Tell the story, right? Tell the story and I mean the game is there. I guess it's incidentally. But
I'll continue
I need to
playing the game. Okay, so when I was in Japan before Wooly, legendary trip, all-timer of a trip, just amazing, just like such a incredible time. But there's one problem. I'm over there with Michelle, and my face is kind of hurting a little bit. Like something doesn't feel right, and worse, it's starting to swell up a bit, and I don't like how that feels. Like it's not feeling good, and I go to sleep. And every night I go to sleep and I wake up during the night because my tooth is so sore. And I'm praying that it goes away. I'm praying that it stops, but it's not stopping. It's not going away. And then I wake up one morning and I wake up and I see Michelle, my beautiful wife. And she opens her little eyes and she goes, "Oh." And she says, "You should probably look in the mirror." And I look in the mirror, Wooly. And my face was fucking Quasimodoing. I looked like some kind of beast man. And I immediately know, oh god, I have to go to a dentist.
What did you do?
I went downstairs to the hotel and I showed my... I had my face covered the entire time. And
Yes.
I basically showed the receptionist. I just go like this, and it was a little old Japanese man behind reception, and he just goes, like that's actually the sound he makes. And I go, "Dentist," and
Ocarina of Time link.
A little bit. And so he actually takes me to a dentist. He walks the city to me and takes me to a dentist. This Japanese dentist opens in front of me, and I have never seen anything like this before in my life, Wooly. Imagine a tic-tac-toe board, and imagine in every square there is a dentist chair. And in each one, a dentist working on a patient.
You don't mean...
Okay.
I do.
And so this dentist comes over to me, and he's like really just, looks like a normal Japanese dude, very handsome, like very, very handsome dude. And
I'm going to help you.
he just, and I'm like, oh my god, please have English, please have English, because I don't want someone who I can't communicate with properly operating on me. And he goes, "Mr. Walsh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'll be your dentist today." And I'm like, thank fucking God. And then I start explaining the problem to him. I'm like, yeah, my face is kind of swollen up and my tooths and blah, and I watch his eyes glaze over. Because in that sentence, he had exhausted every word of English he had.
Head to the temple first thing tomorrow.
Oh
Good
god.
idea.
It's the actual bit of like, oh wait, you speak English? It's like, nope, just this sentence and the next one explaining it.
That's it. That's it. So the way that we communicate is that he has a little book, and he points to a phrase like in the hiragana, and that's how. And then I see the English translation below it, and then he occasionally asks me to answer like yes or no questions in the book, and that's how we communicate. And then eventually, and I will never forget this as long as I fucking live, he points to a phrase, and it says, "Your gum has become infected with an your gum has become infected. I will cut it open with an electrical scalpel and drain the pus." And you know the most fucking crazy part, Wooly? Beside that sentence, there is a little cartoon picture of a tooth making this face.
Oh, sad. Oh my god. Oh wow. Any anesthetic?
Yep, so
Any
he numbs
freezing?
my jaw. He numbs my jaw,
Okay.
and he cuts it open, drains the pus. Actually, quite painless. But I was kind of goofy after this, and I have to go up to reception and pay. And I hand the receptionist my like insurance details, and she looks at them, and she kind of looks back up at me, and she kind of looks at them, and she takes them into the back. And the door is open like a crack in the back, so I can see into the back, and I see her go over to a computer, and I see her look down at the paper, punch my details into like a computer, and I see her kind of smile. And then I see her call someone over, and the two of them are like pointing to stuff on the screen, and they both start laughing.
Yeah. Yes.
And then
Oh.
then they call a guy over, and this guy is in like a suit and a shirt and a tie, and the three of them are looking at the screen, and the three of them start laughing.
Wow.
Someone said they found your videos. I don't think so. This was before I was a
Like-
YouTuber.
Cause that's what I'm imagining like that, and then like looking back over to you, and you just got a swollen jaw and drool coming out like.
So then, anyway, the first receptionist comes back over, and she comes out, and she just goes, $80, please. And so I just pay her in dollars.
Wow.
And then I leave, and I go back, and I'm getting real woozy as I'm heading back to the hotel. And then the painkillers are wearing off, and I'm like, ugh. And then I just kind of lay in bed, and I'm half delirious. And next thing, the door opens up, and Michelle walks in with a bag of Japanese McDonald's. And I look at her, and I'm so hungry and so happy to be seeing this coming my way that was the moment, Wooly. I looked at Michelle, and in my head I was like, I am going to marry this woman.
Yeah, lock it down. There we go. Nice. That's wild. That's crazy. Oh. I mean, again, like I'm like the only, if not laughing at like you being discovered online, I'm like, are they laughing at your dental care? Are they laughing at
to
the
this
insurance?
day. Oh,
You know?
So there's one part I left out. When they handed me back my like medical card, it said Joho Walsh, and Joho used to be a name of mine, and it plays into a further story. Visit the resident monk of Man Yuen Temple. And that is where that name came from, and plays to a future embarrassing
Leon.
story.
Good morning.
That is the seed
Did
of
you get enough
Joho.
rest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Dang. Well, Japanese McDonald's can fix a bad day, I can imagine.
Dude, it was one of the best meals I've ever had. Like, it was sore to eat it, but I loved it. Okay. And so we begin.
Oh, and your embarrassing story.
Oh,
before we go
god
too far.
damn it. Okay. £100 from Mara. Thank you so much, Mara.
I'm going to lose sight of Shenhua. I'd better hurry.
Rio, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, he's moving by himself.
He's just taking over.
He's booking it, yeah. Okay, here we go. You should all be able to see the embarrassing stories wheel. And let's see. Japanese dentist is gone. So we have 5 embarrassing stories left. And we are spinning the wheel now. Oh, come on.
I'm sure we'll find out more about your father.
Thanks. You investigate here, Rio.
Okay,
I'll try
so
another
look,
settlement.
I'm a training a while ago, and I'm going to a different training hall that I don't usually train at because it's actually Gabrielle's training hall, Fox. Oh, by the way, our boy Gabrielle recently placed like 2nd in like a fucking world tournament.
Whoa, no fucking shit. Good for him.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
Happy for the guy.
So
He's so cool.
He was the nicest guy I've ever met. Like, one of the biggest beasts I've ever met, and one of the gentlest, sweetest people I have ever met. And
he's the exact type of person you kind of fear in martial arts, where it's like they are like the gentlest soul when you talk to them. As soon as you hit the mat with them, a fucking just snap, and they are just a monster. And it's like, what? Where was this?
I remember once someone asked me how good is Gabrielle, and I said I don't know because he never has to try against me.
I've never had to see it fully released.
But yeah, so I'm at his hall, I'm warming up, and there's this little girl there, and she's like 4. Like, she's like a fucking toddler, right? And she walks by me, and she just like dead eyes me. Just gives me this 1,000-yard stare, and I'm like, that's weird. And I'm like, I'm kind of like down on my kind of like, I'm stretching out my hips and stuff. And then next thing, I just feel this like clamp around my neck, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I realize this little girl has locked me in a perfect rear naked choke. And I realize I have 2 options. I can fucking Gigas Breaker this little girl and drill her into the ground, or I tap out to this small child, and not wanting to cripple a child, I just give her hand a little tap and tap out, and she skips away happy as can be. That's the story. It's not a long one. It was emotionally devastating, and yeah, that's it.
John, I have to say, it is really funny rehearing this story because, like, yesterday I exported the bit of you talking on stream about picking a martial art, and in it you talk about, it's like, oh yeah, like most people, you know, I meet, you know, I could probably beat them. I probably beat them. And you have a story of like, yeah, so 4-year-old tapped me out.
Hey, listen, I have requested a full match with her many times. Her parents have not responded to my letters. Embarrassing story time. God damn it. Man, I can't believe we've gotten through so many of these stories this stream.
You might have to add some more.
Oh my god. First fan interaction. Okay. So, I'm so glad that my wrists are free now. The first time... Okay, so there's two versions of this story, and one is very wholesome, and one is less so. To tell this full story, it gets like someone said something a little lewd to me. Just are you okay with that? If you were not, it is totally fine.
No, I'm all good.
Okay, cool. But so the first one was actually really nice. The first time I was at a con, and I used to sell at like Artist Alley. I used to do like art prints and whatnot. And a girl picked up my Hunter x Hunter print, and we actually got talking about Hunter x Hunter. And this wasn't long after I'd released my first video called Why You Should Watch Hunter x Hunter. And we're chatting away, and she just goes, oh, you know what? You should watch this video on YouTube. It's actually by an Irish guy. It's called Why You Should Watch Hunter x Hunter. And I was like, oh, I had no idea what to say at all. And I was like, I wrote that video. And she steps back, her eyes go really wide, and she goes, you write for Super Eyepatch Wolf? And I had to be like, I am Super I think I might have not even said that. I think I was like,
Oh my god.
yeah, that's what I do. And that was like, she was so sweet and she was so lovely. But the first time someone actually like recognized me, so I was at MagFest and I was wearing like a Eyepatch Wolf t-shirt just so people could tell it was me. And one person recognized me. And he just walks up to me and he goes, hey, Super Eyepatch Wolf. And I was like, oh, hello. Like, I didn't know her. I'd never had an interaction like this before. And I was just like, hi. And just no fucking concept. And like, now I know exactly how a fan interaction goes. I've been through like literally like 1,000 or whatever. And it's you know, it's grand, but I was so lost as to what to say. And he just goes, oh yeah, cool, love your videos. So listen, just want to say, I'm straight. I'll suck your dick. And I am so bamboozled. And I just go, oh,
What?
good to know. And I hope you have a great time at MagFest. This was at MagFest. And, yeah, that was the first time I was ever recognized in public.
I feel like I don't even know what to say to that. All things considered, I feel like you handled that pretty well, and you exited very quickly.
Yes.
Which were the two things
Excuse
that
me.
you like needed to do, and you did.
Stonemason named
So,
Mika here?
all things considered, I'm like, that's pretty good. I mean, not what happened to you, obviously,
No,
but
no.
your reaction to it.
Thank you. I literally had
Yes.
just complete blue screen when it happened. I think from the moment he said, listen, just so you know, I'm straight, I was like, oh, where is this going? You know, like, and it was, yeah, that was very strange. And like, you know, like, definitely at cons, like, you do get like propositioned a fair bit. That was the bluntest. That was like being hit on with a fucking sledgehammer, you know? And I will never forget that interaction.
Don't do it.
Oh god, oh god. Okay, no, we're okay, we're okay. Embarrassing story time. God, okay, so we now have to move over to a second wheel.
There's a second wheel?
There is a second wheel, Daniel. There is the embarrassing story wheel. I have deleted a bunch. Okay, there's only
running out.
There used to be 10 options on this list. We have been through them all.
Oh my god.
So the ones that are left are Huntsman Spider, Stripper Incident, and Joho Origins.
I've many questions.
And 1/3 of them will be answered, Daniel. Here we go.
God, the wheel's getting to the point where eventually you'll get this and it's just one answer.
A Huntsman Spider. Okay,
This is a bad time to mention that I'm deathly arachnophobic.
Well, buddy, that makes two of us. I
Okay.
cannot do spiders in any capacity, in any form. I just can't take them. At one point, my family decided to take a trip to Australia. And I don't know how much you know about the national biology of Australia.
I need your help.
It is crawling with the most horrifying spiders you have ever seen. And I was about like 16 at the time, and I asked my mom, and my mom knows how scared I am of spiders. I said, "Ma'am, are there spiders in Australia?" And she looked me dead in the eyes, and she goes, "No, John, there's none." Because she knew that if I knew the truth, I wasn't going to fucking go. And so I went to Australia. I saw myself some black widow spiders, but like from a distance. And black widows I could handle. Black widows, there's an elegance to them. I don't want to get near them, but I don't hate them.
Please, I'm begging you.
But it's okay. So then we drive out to Kearns, which is like a very different, very rural area of Decimal Hater 2, 1 pound and 1 cent. I love the decimal war happening here. But talk to the other old folks. But so anyway, like I'm getting on fine. And we're out in Kearns, and I'm going to a public toilet, like next to this farm, out in the middle of nowhere. And I look up at the stall, and I see my first ever Huntsman Spider. He's all curled up in the corner, and he's about the size of my hand.
I'm curious about all the stories behind it.
And I'm sitting on the toilet. Without pulling my trousers up, I fucking launch myself at the door, bounce off the door, back into the stall, and then harpoon I'm so scared that it's fallen on me. I harpoon myself out the door into a public toilet where there are my people, including my father, with my pants down around my ankles because I am so terrified of this spider.
Oh, it's so horrible.
And I'm just like, I want to go home. I want to go home immediately. I did not sign up for this. I don't want to be here. And it was just the most horrifying shit I have ever seen. It scarred me deeply and forever, and I will never forget it. I'm glad a fellow arachnophobian got to hear this story.
Yeah, oh my god, I feel so bad for you. Like, I think I would actually die.
I think I did.
Like,
I think I did.
Like, oh my god, like that is absolutely terrifying though. Like, yeah, like, but I completely get it. Like, I kind of feel like even a bit ill in my stomach even hearing that. Like, I can feel your fear of something like that. Like if I see even like a small one around the home sometimes, right? I have to like stop myself from throwing up. Like, it's it's really bad.
They're God's biggest mistake. I will never see them. Okay. We're spinning the wheel. Joho Origins. Okay. Okay. So, you guys might have been around earlier when I told the story about going to Japan and going to Joho, getting the name Joho. So I changed social media of mine to Joho because the way I saw it, John was the name I was born with, Joho was the name I earned, and so I put that on like all my kind of social media and stuff. So I fly to MagFest my first time 10 years ago. And I find this Airbnb, and it's like not like expensive at all, to the point that I'm kind of, oh shit, I didn't sell the items. I'm kind of suspicious as to why it's so cheap. Something is not right, but that's okay. And I fly to Washington by myself, my first time traveling by myself. And thank you Woodchuck for the donations, the £25 donation. Thank you Hiorio for the £25 donation. Thank you Terry Dax4 for the donation. It is much appreciated. Man, the donations are going crazy in this final stretch of the charity stream. I really appreciate it. So I arrive at MagFest. I've never traveled by myself before. I'm a little freaked out. I'm a little worried that things aren't going to go right. And I get in a taxi, and he was with this lovely Indian gentleman who was so nice. And he was kind of concerned about me because I told him I was traveling by myself. I told him that basically I didn't know anyone over here, and he starts to get concerned and he starts to get worried because the place we're driving through is like a fucking bad area. Like, it's not nice, and I'm like, if this is where I am fucked. But then we drive through that area and we keep going, and we actually get to this really nice area, and we pull up to this really gigantic villa. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I've completely lost my bearings again. Panda Market. Okay, no, I was right. And he says, okay, something about this feels a little bit off. So I'm going to go and check the family. I'm going to check who lives here for you, just to make sure that there isn't something like strange happening here. And I don't really know what he's talking about. Like, what does he mean strange? Like, what could be happening? And so, I go inside, or he goes inside, and he comes back out 2 minutes later, and he's like, you're fine, go in. And so I go in, and I ring the doorbell, and it's this big, friendly Jamaican woman answers the door, and she has like a very heavy Jamaican accent, which I'm not going to do, but she's really lovely and friendly, and she says, and she throws her arms around me, and she says, Joho, it's so nice to meet you. And I'm like, Joho? What is... And then it hits me. She thinks my name is Joho because that's how it's all listed on my social media. And I'm kind of like, oh. And I'm like, John, you have to correct her right now, or you won't have the guts to correct her at all. And so she leads me into the sitting room, and I'm about to go, actually, my name is... And I look up, and she has had a little cloth banner printed out that says, welcome to Magfest Joho. And I'm looking up at this fucking banner, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, John, correct her right now, or you're not going to do it. And then her husband comes out, Keith, and she's like, this is my husband, Keith. Keith puts his arm out, shakes my hand, pleasure to meet you, Joho. And I respond immediately, pleasure to meet you, Keith. And that was it. I lost that battle. From that moment on, I am Joho for the rest of this trip. They introduced me to the other Airbnb people as Joho. Oh, you know what? We got Frankie around. Let me bring Frankie in. Joho sounds like it could be your elementary school OC. Hello.
Hi.
Frankie, buddy. Hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, friend. How are you?
You know, for someone who's been streaming Shenmue 3 for 14 and a half hours, could be worse. Could be good. Nuclear Cherries, thank you for the £10 donation. But yeah, Frankie, you're also on UK time right now, are you?
Sure. If it makes you feel any better, I have been technically sat and watching the entire time, but I fell asleep in my chair.
Oh, that's okay. Are you okay to do this? You can.
No, completely. I am super duper jet lagged. So like my body clock is on American time right now, and I had been awake prior to this for more than 24 hours.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that
sucks.
I
was doing the hard reset, and it was going really well. But then I started to just fade away in my chair.
Yep,
and then
that
when I woke up, I got deja vu. You were replaying the same section of the game. What happened?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened, Frankie. Things went down a certain way. But look, okay, Frankie, we're happy to have you here. So I had actually previously spun the embarrassing story wheel, Frankie, and I was halfway through my saga. This was my first time ever at MagFest, and I was staying at a house, and I had Joho on all my social media because, long story, I got dental surgery in Japan, and my release form said Joho as opposed to John, and I was like, well, this is my name now because that's what was inflicted upon me, right?
Yeah.
And so I got to a Airbnb I was staying at in Washington. The owners of the house opened it up, and she's this big, lovely Jamaican woman, and she goes, "Welcome to MagFest, Joho." And I try and correct her. I'm like, well, like in my head, I'm like, I need to let her know that this is not the right one.
Excuse me.
And
No.
she has a giant banner printed out, and it says, "Welcome to MagFest, Joho." And I'm like, oh god. And then she introduces me to her husband, who's like, "Joho, how's it going?" And I'm just like, hello. And I'm just Joho from that point, right? But it's like, dude, you should have seen this place. It was fucking gigantic, and I slept on like the softest bed I have ever slept on. And the entire time I'm there, I'm like, and this is like, I am getting this for nothing. Like, this Airbnb is so bizarrely cheap, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out, like, what is going on here? And they tell me I can eat whatever I want from their fridge, and I can basically just, like, I have free reign of the house. Every night they offer to order me food, and I'm trying, like, at some point I'm starting to worry, like, are these people going to hunt and murder me? That's where my mind starts going. So eventually, anyway, Keith, the husband, takes me out to Taco Bell, and me and him are like there in Taco Bell, and he's talking to me, and he's like, "You got yourself a girl, Joho?" And I was like, yeah, no, I got my partner, Michelle. And he goes, "You married to Michelle?" And I was like, no, we're not married. And then he was like, "How long you been together?" And I was like, 10 years. And his eyes go so wide, and he's like, 10 years and you're not married? And I was like, yes. And he's like, "Let me tell you, Joho, God only vilifies that which has been ordained in his light." And I was like, what? And he's like, "You need to get right with God." And then it all clicks. These were two people running an Airbnb for converting people to Christianity. And from that point, God, where am I even fucking going? Holy shit. From that point, it's like all roads lead back to Jesus. It is every conversation, and it is just like kind of insane. But the really weird part is that they thought my name was Joho, and of course it's not, it's John. I started to realize that they weren't using their real names either.
No.
Because I'm there, and like Pamela asked me what I'm doing, and I was like, "Oh, I'm heading out with Keith for the day." And she kind of looks at me and she's like, "Keith?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Keith." And then she's like, "Oh, Keith, yes, my husband." And I was like, yeah. And then I'm in the car with Keith, and his phone rings, and a different, like, it's like Sasha comes up, and he answers it, and he doesn't know I saw the name, and he answers it, and he goes, "Hey, Pamela." And I'm just like, oh my god, what is happening? And it was the strangest fucking trip. But I think the wildest part of it was he offers to give me a lift to the airport, and he wants to show me like a little bit around Washington first. And I'm like, you know what? Flight isn't for like 5 hours. That's fine. And so we drive out to Washington. He shows me like the White House and stuff, and I'm like, oh, cool, you know. We should, and then it's like, you know, it's 4 hours, so we should probably start heading to the airport. And he pulls into, so we're driving back, and he's like, he pulls into this this building, like this nondescript building, and he's like, Joho, I'm just gonna head in here for a minute. And I'm like, Keith, I need to go to the airport. And he's like, yeah, I'll be back out. He comes back out 40 minutes later.
Excuse me.
And I'm like, Keith? And he says, okay, Joho, I needed a minor nasal procedure. And I'm like, what? And he's like, and we were driving by here, and I felt God's word telling me to pull the car over and get the procedure. And now I've got it, and now we can continue to the airport. And I'm like, okay, Keith, my flight is in 2.5 hours. I would really appreciate if we could get to the airport. Because he's not actually going to drive me to the airport. He's going to drive me to a place I can get a taxi to the airport. And so we're driving, and I see him get this fucking look in his eye. And I'm like, holy shit, something's up. And then he goes, do you like tacos? And I'm like, yes, Keith, I do enjoy tacos. In fact, I might get some at the airport. And he's like, oh, no, you don't want to get them airport tacos. No. I know a place that does the most amazing fish tacos. And I'm like, no, Keith, no. It's like 2 hours. My flight is in 2 hours. We're not even close to the airport. And he's like, Joho, I'm going to get you to the airport on time. And I'm like, thank you, Keith. And he goes, but first we're going to get some tacos. It's on the way. And so then he goes into the taco shop. He queues up for 15 minutes in this fucking taco shop. And then he comes out with the biggest bag of tacos I have ever seen. He gives me the bag. He gets me to the place with an hour and a half to the spare. I jump in a taxi. I arrive at the airport with my airplane taking off in 45 minutes. I try and go through security, and they stop me, and they go, sir, you can't enter the airport with that. I look down, and it's this giant fucking bag of tacos. And so I stop, and I just shove as many of these, like I'm literally on the floor in the airport in front of security going, and just eating as many as I can, because I'm also fucking starving. And then I get on the airport with airplane with maybe 15 minutes to spare and fly home, and it was one of the weirdest experiences of my entire fucking life.
Not Keith going on all these side quests.
Keith just wanted some fucking tacos, dude.
What the? What is it with B&Bs?
I don't know. It's
like I've also had some crazy.
So, which you going with, Harry?
If you've got an embarrassing story in the chamber, then
you know what? Let's go over to the embarrassing story wheel.
All right. Oh, there's a wheel.
There's a wheel.
Oh.
And it's actually Joho Origins has been left, and so all we now have is Stripper Incident. Let's spin the wheel.
Oh my god.
Hello, Leo.
What?
Shinhua, who's this?
This is
That
Leo. He saved
like
me
a thing
from
that would
drowning in
happen
the
to
river.
John.
And it's landed on
Yeah.
Stripper Incidents. Okay. So,
Did something happen?
this happened at MagFest
Oh no.
the year before last, and it's the final day, Sunday, and the guys have been talking about everyone wants to go to a strip club, and I have never been to a strip club before. I'm a little reluctant. I'm a little bit like, I don't know if I'm gonna be like able to handle that. And
Does the village usually have gatekeepers?
but you know, it's fine. I'll think about it.
There's no need for them.
But there I'm
Island
there
is a
during the
very
day,
peaceful
and
place.
one of the staff reaches out to me and is like, one of our guests would like to meet you. And I'm like, oh, who is it?
Yes.
And she's
but
like,
it
it's
sounds
Yaya
like they're not
Han.
from around
And
here.
For those who are not aware, Yaya Han is like the OG like cosplay queen. She's someone I'm a huge fan of and was like someone I used to watch on like her old reality TV show. I am fucking floored that she would want to meet me at all. I go and meet her. It's an incredibly lovely meeting. She is unbelievably cool and it's all very surreal. And then afterwards I realize, oh shit, everyone's already gone to the strip club. I should follow them there, cause fuck it. I'll see what it's like.
It's been in Bailu for a while.
I get a taxi out to the strip club. It is I go in and I can't see a thing because it's like really dark in there, and after being just outside, it's like I can't see anything. And then slowly I kind of like walk by everyone. I see everyone I know at this big table, and it's like, you know, all the like guys and girls I've been hanging out with this entire con, and they're all sitting at a big like Last Supper style table. And I stand in front of them and I'm like, hey guys, sorry I'm late, I got called in. And they all start laughing. And I turn around and there is a stripper about a foot away from me doing her thing on stage. And she looks phenomenal. She's a really good dancer. And I realize how absolutely out of my depth I am here. I immediately feel like so embarrassed and so shy, and I cannot fucking hide it at all. And so I sit down and everyone's looking at me and I can feel my face going really red, and I'm immediately like, oh god, and I put my hands in my face like that and I'm like, oh shit. Everyone starts laughing. I look up, I see two strippers sitting across me at the table, and they look at me, and then one of them looks at the other and she just goes, and I'm like, oh fucking god. I sit beside Wooly. He puts his arm around me. He leans over and he goes, you're the entertainment now, buddy. And I'm trying to get my bearings, and I go up and I order some drinks, and I'm chatting to the girl at the bar, and she's like super, super nice, really, really sound. And then she just goes, are you Super Eyepatch Wolf? And I take psychic damage. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I don't... How? And she's like, yeah, my little brother loves you. Yeah, it's cool to see you here. And I'm like, oh, sweet mother of Jesus. And at that point, everyone is egging me on. Dino, our friend, comes over. Dino is like this little gay demon, and so he hands me all these like $2 bills. He literally comes over and he's like, John, take these. I'm not going to use them. And I'm like, I don't. And everyone wants me to go up to the stage, and I feel, look, I think it's fucking awesome what these ladies are doing. They look amazing. They're great at what they do. They're getting paid. Fucking fair fucks to them. I am just not used to this scenario. Like, at one point, someone puts a pizza in front of me, and I like put it in my mouth, and it's like really good pizza. It's like shockingly good pizza. But then I look up and there's just like a stripper on stage, and I'm like eye level with her vagina. And like, those two things happening are usually separated by like an hour and a half from me. This is fucking weird. And I'm like trying to be as cool as I can. I can't. It's like all the Irish Catholic guilt is just exploding out of me, and I am trying to be normal. I can't do it. I'm going up on stage with Wooly. Wooly is being like, you just do this, and he's like, you know, like making it rain for the stripper, and she's having a great time. Everyone's having a good time, and I take a 20, I fold it up and I put it on stage in front of her. And I'm like, thank you very much. And she's like, wait. And I look back, and she's asking me to throw bills at her vagina, which I cannot do. And so I sit back down, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And so then anyway, eventually I'm kind of settling down, and I'm just chatting to everyone, and it's fine. And one of the strippers comes over, and she's just really cool, really lovely person. And she's kind of doing this thing where she's going... Okay, we'll get to that in a sec. She's kind of going around to each individual person and like basically giving them like a little cuddle from like behind. And, you know, then they give her a tip. And I'm like, okay, this is weird, but it's okay. And I noticed with the guys especially, like with the girls, she's giving them like a little bit more of an intimate cuddle. With the guys, she's being like a little more distant. And I'm like, okay, I think I'll be fine here. She comes over, grabs my face, and hugs me into her boobs. And I am, like, the way Fox puts it is that steam is shooting out my ears at this point. And she kind of like, she's like, do you want to come in the back? And I'm like, no, you're really good at your job, but no, I'm okay, thank you. And she kind of looks at me and she grabs my face and she says, do you want me to be your girlfriend? And I say, God fucking damn it, I say, I have a wife and we play PlayStation together. The whole table hears it. Everyone fucking cackles. And this phrase has haunted me to this day. I stumble out of that strip club and we're at a party in an apartment later on, and Fox comes up to me and he just goes, John, I have something to tell you. And I'm like, what is it, Fox? And he goes, I paid the stripper to do that. And I'm like, wait, you paid her to hug me like that? And there's a part of me that's like, that's not okay. Like, come on, dude, that's kind of fucked up. And then he's like, no, I paid the stripper to say, are you super Eyepatch Wolf? And I look around this fucking room and everyone was in on it. Every single friend I have was fucking in on it. And I realized in that moment that I only befriend demons. And this stream has been absolute proof of that.
Should have picked free pass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Harry. That's okay. I just appreciate you being here, buddy. Out of all my friends, Harry, you're one of the least tormentful, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know. I look at you and I feel pity.
Okay,
I think this guy needs a win.
I can see that we've hit the sliding scale to where all my relationships end up.
At least I don't feel pity for you, John.
No, you just feel joy in the torment. Oh my god,